Ready?
Right.
Call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Knopf,
Here.
Mr. Ambeline,
Here.
Ms. Greenfield,
Here.
Ms. McCready,
Here.
Mr. McQueen is absent, Mr. Rivera.
Here.
Ms. Rivera.
Yeah. Notice of this meeting was provided to the Bernardsville News and Courier News, filed with the municipal clerk and posted on the municipal bulletin board on December 15th, 2022. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Welcome to the November 27th, 2023 meeting of the Bernardsville Borough Council. This meeting is being conducted in person in the council chambers in Borough Hall, and it is being broadcast live on YouTube and on Zoom to make it as convenient as possible for residents to attend the meeting. Members of the public who are here in person and those attending remotely on Zoom will be given the opportunity to comment at appropriate times during the meeting in accordance with the following guidelines. Members of the public will be allowed to speak during the open sessions and during formal public hearings on the agenda, including public hearings on ordinances. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per speaker, which will be monitored and enforced by the borough clerk. Comments containing offensive, profane, or indecent language or language constituting hate speech will not be permitted. Remote participants will be muted unless they are unmuted by the clerk, and remote participants will not be able to unmute themselves. The clerk will mute remote speakers at the expiration of their 3 minutes of allotted time, or if they make any inappropriate or offensive comments. All speakers, whether in person or on Zoom, shall state their names and addresses before making their comments. Speakers on Zoom shall activate their cameras so that they can be seen by members of the governing body and audience. Failure of the governing body to provide a live broadcast of this meeting or technological problems encountered during the course of the meeting that affect remote viewing and or participation will not invalidate this meeting or any action taken, including but not limited to the adoption of any ordinance, resolution, or motion. All right. We do not have any presentations. We do have minutes to approve from September 11th and September 25th. Any questions or comments? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from September 11th and September 25th.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? No, we're good. Okay. We will now have an open session for any items not listed for a public hearing. So if anyone from the public would like to speak, there is the X to stand on and just give us your name and address.
Hi, Kathleen Williams, 90 Round Top Road, my third appearance in the town. July 24th, the town was made aware of the drainage onto my property, no action. October 23rd, I showed up in person here and even had one councilwoman say, please come talk to me. You should not be frustrated. My point is not one council member has agreed to meet with me and discuss this. Not one town official, Ms. Moole, has agreed to speak with me or discuss this. November 13th, I issued a cease and desist for illegal drainage onto my property. The town has confirmed they have no easements onto my property. The town attorney, the town engineer, and the town administrator have all acknowledged, and I have documents proving you are illegally, intentionally dumping stormwater and any debris from the roads or the golf course onto my property. No action has been taken by this town supporting what everyone's saying, that stuff is happening miraculously behind closed doors and no one is willing to address it. This yet again confirms no one is willing to address damage to my property or even attempt to discuss with me how it's going to be resolved. I have copies of this round top improvement plan put into force in 2014. Right? It is a nuisance the definition of a nuisance, unreasonable interference, but the use and enjoyment of one's land, which results in material interference, which harms the person of property. It has. I now have reached out to every state agency, every federal agency, every tree hugger in the state of New Jersey. I retired in 2019. This is my full-time job. It is not a threat. I am not retained legal counsel, and I do not intend to sue. I do intend to bring every legal agency, who they all love this, to bear to resolve this. I don't need to retain legal counsel. They have it. They all agree. I had an agency on my property a couple days ago, agreed what you're doing. They've already reached out to the town. What you're doing is illegal on my property and has caused the destruction and removal of 80 to 120 foot trees on my property. The Rutgers University, there is a value to my land for 100-foot trees, 5 and 6 foot in diameter, that your actions flooded them, even though they were local indigenous trees, and destroyed them. That's loss of value of my property. So no, I have not retained legal counsel. Yes, I would welcome a conversation to address this and resolve, but no one is willing to do that. So now I will bring all the federal agencies and local agencies to the town to address it.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public wish to be heard? Or on Zoom? Seeing none, I will close the public session. Moving on to ordinances. This, we are not, I think from our discussion at the last meeting, we could not resolve some of the issues with this ordinance. And so we are referring it, and also the planning board had similar concerns. So we are going to refer it on the planning board's recommendation as well to the planner to look it over and see if there's some way we can get the result we hope for without causing undue overbuilding or whatever. So if nobody moves it, it will just die on the vine.
The only comment I have is, I don't know if there's anyone here that wanted to comment on it.
I know I spoke to Samantha Ortiz. Anybody here want to comment on this? Oh, okay, we did have somebody. Sorry.
Hi, Sal Giordano, 70
Yes.
Garden Road.
Hi.
I sent you all an email.
Yes.
And I really don't have anything to add to that email. Just wanted you to be aware of the definitional differences between an ADU on a single family lot and a multi-family lot. And you know, it's pretty obvious that there are differences, and if the council wants to approve an ADU, it just needs to remove 2 lots in the existing ordinance.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for your email as well. Who's gonna move it? Okay. We'll see what the planner has to offer us. I will open the public hearing on ordinance 2023-1986, which is an ordinance amending salary ordinance 2023-1955. And this is largely to add to our salary ordinance the new fire inspectors and the engineer. Anyone in the public wish to be heard on this? Being none, I will close the public hearing. Christine, you want to move that?
I move to pass ordinance 2023-1986 on final reading and adopt as published.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Ambeline,
Yes.
Ms. Greenfield,
Yes.
Mrs. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Rivera,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes,
All right. This is an introduction. Diane, you want to do that one?
I move that ordinance 2023-1987, an ordinance concerning construction code fees and amending Chapter 12 of the Borough Code Building and Housing be introduced by title, passed on first reading, published according to law, and that a public hearing be scheduled for a meeting beginning at 7:00 p.m. Monday, December 11th, 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Moving on to resolutions, we have 20 to 30 through 23 through 30. Any that you would like to discuss? A lot of them are pretty standard. Yeah, we have to thank Zach Barrel for volunteering for the fire company. The more volunteers we get, the better. So thank you, Zach. Thank you. Any other ones?
Mm-mm.
No, nothing. All right, somebody like to move it? Al, you want to do that?
I move that resolutions 23-230 to 23-240 be adopted.
I'll second. Roll call, please.
Ms. Manera,
Yes.
Mr. Rivera,
Yes.
Mr. McQueen,
Yes.
Ms. McCready,
Yes.
Ms. Greenfield,
Yes.
Mr. Edelman,
Yes.
All right, mayor's update, last week from the 14th to the 16th, Nancy and I attended the New Jersey League of Municipalities conference, and I also attend on the Tuesday, the Sustainable Jersey Luncheon with Jeff Hammond, and we received our bronze certification again, which was really exciting, and there should be some PR about that. On Friday, I did my 13th wedding. So, here in Borough Hall, we had on the 19th, St. Bernard's is celebrating their 125th anniversary, and they invited the community and the people that give service to the community to a special Thanksgiving service, which was more like a concert. And they had the organ player from Yankee Stadium there as the guest musician. So, and it was nice because a lot of the local groups, there were some police officers and some of the fire company came, which was really nice. We had a personnel committee on last Monday. We'll talk about that in executive, but we interviewed the candidate that you just appointed. And the rest of it is confidential things. So, Saturday was Small Business Saturday. There was a lot going on in town, a lot of people walking around, a lot of good sales. I spent way too much money. This Saturday is 4 o'clock is the tree lighting. I saw the wreaths going up today. And then the holiday parade at 6 p.m., which will leave from the Bernardsville Center, come out 202 down to Church Street and into the high school. So if you get a chance to be along that route, it'll be fun. And then the 16th, just a reminder, is the Wreaths Across America ceremony at St. Bernard's at 2 p.m. at the cemetery on Washington Street. And tomorrow is the last opportunity to purchase a wreath. I think we're almost at 100. It's hoping for 131, but still 100 is good. And usually the scouts come out and the veterans to help place the wreath. So it's a nice short ceremony. Al's been there.
Yeah,
For
really
it, so,
moving
yeah,
and concise and really, really nice ceremony.
yeah.
So I encourage people to go.
And that's it for me.
As the mayor mentioned, we were down in Lake City at the convention, and what she didn't mention is that she was honored by the league. She was honored with the Outstanding Women in Municipal Government Award for her contributions and dedicated service towards the advancement of women officials in municipal government. She gave a very nice speech. She gave a very nice speech, very interesting. And the next day, did a photo session with the governor. That was very exciting. So I was very proud to be there, and very proud of your award. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, what you said was interesting is I started out by saying women won the right to vote the year my mother was born. So I am only the second generation of women in my family to vote. That's scary, isn't it? Yeah,
And that you couldn't wear pants when you went to work.
that's right.
Yeah, so she purposely wore pants for that, so, but congratulations. That's all I
Thank
have.
you. All right, do I have a motion to accept the departmental monthly reports?
I'll make the motion to accept the department monthly reports.
Second. All in favor?
Hi.
Okay. Opposed? No. We have Jack's report. You don't have anything to add, right? We'll do it next time. Okay. Public safety, did you meet?
Yes, public safety met on the 16th. We discussed the holiday activities and plans, and everything is all set for the tree lighting and for the Main Street Bernardsville's light parade. We discussed accreditation update, policies being written and will be reviewed. Personnel update, our new officers at the academy are both doing well. Brianna is working in the department part of the time. The new CELO 3 at the high school, who speaks Spanish, Sleo. What did I say, CELO?
SLEO. I
Sleo.
don't know what it means, but.
He speaks Spanish, which is a big plus, and he's doing a great job. We've had very positive feedback from the school. And Far Hills Country Day is looking for a CELO 3. We also discussed vehicle backlog issues and discussed the 2024 budget preparation and maintenance contract increases.
Okay. Finance, anything to do that?
We met on the 17th. We actually reviewed police contract negotiations and provided finance committee's perspective to the administrator. We have our next meeting actually on Thursday with the library leadership to talk about 2024 budget. And then subsequently from that, the following Friday, we actually have our first budget meeting, like start to prep on the 2024 budget as finance committee. So a lot happening right now on the finance committee side.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that meeting gonna go forward, or do we?
On Thursday?
Yeah, I think there's some concerns on Brand View.
I think Mark might have a conflict, but he hasn't gotten back to me about that, so I think we can be,
You can have a high level conversation and then just in the interest of time, but if we need to reschedule, so.
okay.
Okay.
So before we leave that, are we good or not good? Because I moved around a couple of work meetings to keep that hour clear today.
She's saying we're good.
Good?
I think we're good.
Okay, personnel, which is the one thing was the hiring of our engineer candidate, and the other issues we'll talk about later. Public Works.
Public Works met, the majority of the time was spent talking about the pavilion, which is item 10A.
Yeah.
For tonight. Let me just pull up. There's this is one of the reports that's in the monthly reports, so. In an effort to not like go through all, there's a lot of items for Public Works, so. If, one of the main things, it's in the in the monthly reports, there's a thing in there. Not that, that's the agenda. In the agenda package, the monthly reports where it goes through like.
Oh, the
animal
separate thing,
control,
yes,
then
yes.
So Public Works is in there, so I was gonna ask if people would rather have it in the agenda package or like which one should it be in, basically?
I think with
Does
the
it
other
matter?
ones that are in the agenda packet,
Yeah,
because that's kind of how it follows in the agenda, so.
the only issue with that is that there's like, you know, their daily tasks are listed in there, like picked up leaves.
I
and,
know,
You know,
yeah.
so it can be kind of like
Oh, no, I thought.
a little
but-
too much.
Do we put the summary in the agenda?
Do
packet?
the form that we use,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
committee form, and just put a summary of topics covered, kind of thing. And then we can read the long one in the other thing.
Yeah, so the main thing that the roads department is up to is, the leaf sucking, but that should be coming to a close now. Sewer and facilities is all pretty much like day-to-day tasks. And
And today was Doug's last day, yes?
today was Doug's last day. He gave us a nice summary of all the projects that are in process, including the dam, so that way we'll have a good handle on, you know, the next steps that we need to take. Mill and Paves our Highview extension, which was just done, Columbia Drive and Olcott. For the rest of the year, there's not gonna be any more. but there's a big one coming up Campbell Road, which we got a grant for that one for 300,000, which is good.
Yeah, Paul Conley needed it badly. I'm glad they did that one.
Yeah, so that's one of the ones that doesn't have much road,
Yeah.
like much through traffic, but so it gets done very less frequently. The West Boylan sidewalk thing, we just got today, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was some kind of because it's a federal grant for the Boylan Terrace thing,
Oh,
we're
that's the-
required to present 3 plans to the Federal Highway Administration. They want 3, even though we already have 1 and it's a good plan, they want 3.
Just.
So Doug made sure that, you know, we understood that that was the reason why he's doing it. It has nothing to do with, you know, wanting to do other plans, but Bob Brightly put together 2 alternative plans for them, and we got those today. So that should move that along
Gotta love
as
government.
fast as a federal project can move along, that's that.
You know, what's funny, when they gave us, we got that award, it was because our project was shovel ready. Now it's what, 3 years later?
Now, yeah, so
Which is still like fast paced.
we're not gonna drop the ball, so that's okay. We're gonna stay on it. Bernard's Ave roadway, we just have to pay. Otherwise, it looks great. Residents are very happy with it. The library roof replacement, library restrooms, all that's going according to plan. For the dam, that's also a big project, which I'll just say for anyone who's just hearing about it, but I doubt it, is the dam remediation. So the DEP required us to remediate the dam or remove it, and we were opting for stream restoration, which is the same thing as removing the dam. So that project will be moving forward. Again, as fast as it can happen, the DEP, the state DEP is, hopefully going to approve that in January. And this would ideally be a 2024 project. So it's stream restoration. In other words, it's a gradual removal of the dam. And all those plans are on Borough website if anybody needs them or wants to look at them. Our next meeting is December 19th, so we'll be without Doug. And hopefully, you know, we can get everything up to speed with John and our new engineer that we just hired.
Great.
And like I said, Pavilion was our major review, so you guys will all talk about that together. That's it.
All right. Land use, Al, you wanna just recap what we've been talking about?
We actually had we started the conversations around a rethink on Quimby project once again. The downtown committee, which is also made up of just not myself, Chad and Mayor, but volunteers from the community, provided some thinking as well as just sort of like more like key issues we need to identify, particularly what's going to happen with the post office and just sort of like the status of ownership of the properties there. I think the hope is now that other downtown projects are starting to move, particularly Palmer, that there's we can get the Quimby project back on track again, which will require council guidance and input at the appropriate time. And we were going to meet again on Wednesday, and our plan is to have the new planner.
What time is that one day?
It's at 4 o'clock
Mm.
on Wednesday, and that is public, so people can tune in. That covered it all? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other liaison reports?
We're planning board. We had the pleasure of meeting until midnight last week. Did Mill Street in Claremont. It was not approved unanimously with the citing that the footprint of the structure itself far exceeded the vision for that lot and the redevelopment plan. We also had our first hearing, so that was the 5th hearing on that particular property before it was declined.
Well, we didn't vote on it.
That's right. We did not vote on it. We took a straw poll and they decided to poll and revise. And then we also heard the first hearing on the Kiwanis low-income housing law.
It burns out. Yeah.
So that took up the remainder of the night. Again, made multiple suggestions, and I believe they're coming back on December 15th, if I remember correctly, Mayor.
Yeah, we have quite a list of.
We have probably a 4-month backlog of midnight meetings.
Yeah.
So for anyone that's interested in joining the planning board,
Don't tell them that.
it is a fascinating committee.
Mark's already agreed.
Yes, yes. Mark's already signed himself in blood.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of work to do. Then the meeting coming up this Thursday, we are discussing, let me just pull it
Did
up.
we get the agenda?
Yeah, the Claremont LLC,
Oh, right, they're coming back.
they're coming back. That's the multi-family residential plan for 114 Claremont Road. And we're also hearing Minebrook Road Urban Renewal Associates, which is Minebrook Road Block 80. So those two will be heard along with a lot that I'm not familiar with. I went for the first time.
Oh, okay.
It's Magella. I don't know them. Right.
No. All right, any other committees? Christine, did you have one? We'll go this way. Oh, sorry.
Oh, the Environmental Commission met on the 8th of November. And it's in the agenda package, just some of the summary information. The styrofoam recycling is going strong, so if anybody, Christmas is coming, you're gonna get a lot of styrofoam, just remember you can recycle it at the dump. And, I think that's about it.
Yeah, and they've been giving us feedback for all of the projects, the planning
At
board
the
too.
planning board, yeah, so that's in there.
I think Board of Health, very quick, discussed the new Board of Health Department contract between the various boroughs and municipalities that are involved in it. The contract's actually flat next year, but then it goes up 5% per year, most of which will be recouped by fees through inspections, et cetera, but just something to watch. I think the finance committee that we actually are recouping that full benefit. And we use the Visiting Nurse Association to conduct clinics, vaccinations, testing, et cetera. They actually are no longer engaging in municipal work. So the Bernard Township Health Department went out and found a different community Visiting Nurse Association.
Really?
Yeah.
They're not doing it?
And they're doing their association is going to preserve, continue the same services at the same exact price. So
Huh.
we're all set up and covered, but benefit of the joint boroughs was being able to track them. So,
Thank you.
yep.
Gina, do you have anything? Right?
Yeah, recreation met on the 14th. We discussed the pole pavilion plans and voted on the building's exterior design, which we'll talk about later. We discussed winter recreation programming. And as far as the trails go, for Patrick Park, repairs are complete. The debris that was tossed in the ravine upstream has been removed by Recreation and DPW. Thank you, Bob and John, for taking care of this. The second trail at the site, Blue Trail, is in the process of being completed and marked. Laurelwood Round Top Trail is open and is in good shape, so.
Great.
And housing met on the 17th. We discussed the possibility of going back to work in-person meetings, discussed new hires and reorganization of the zoning office, talked about the sign ordinance enforcement, and discussed the draft of the committee's end of the year report. And HPAC did not meet this month.
And library did meet, and 2 new members joined the board that I think we
That's
approved
right.
in our last meeting. Talked about the restroom renovation, elected a nominating chair, and talked about budget. The library foundation provided their second payment, to make up for the budget shortfall for 2023.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we move on to the pavilion.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't, do you wanna?
I'm excited about this stuff.
I am too. I mean, can't wait to see this thing done. Do you want to put that up on the screen just so the public can kind of see what we're talking about?
And actually, I want. Right. You wanted to get in this.
Why?
Yeah,
Feedback.
We got that out there.
Somebody's under.
No, it was on YouTube. I opened. Let me see if I can get it.
It's
It's
60.
60.
Start.
There you go.
I gotta share this stuff. This is not shared yet.
It's I can't see that.
Now, while he's pulling it up, I believe, Nancy, we appropriated the funds for this already, didn't
Yes,
we?
we did.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so we're ready to go. Shovel in the
Well,
ground.
it has
We
to
have
go
get
out to
bids.
bid.
I know.
Yeah, I think they had a timeline of, I think, December 7th to get the bids out. They come back sometime in January. I think it was in one of the reports.
yeah, I think that's what it's at.
I have the report, hold on a second.
Make sure it's ready.
Both were going out on
I'll tell
December
you in a
7th
second.
for the utilities and for the
Good stuff at the same time.
Yeah, it's advertised the 7th, open bid on the 11th, and contract award on the 22nd for that and utilities.
So in the bidding process, can we leave some creativity up to the bidder if they want to provide enhancements above and beyond what's in the drawing
Well,
for the same price?
you can make, additions.
change orders after the fact.
Well, no, but I can't choose alternates. You can add alternates to a bid. So in other words, you can say, this is the basic structure. Now,
Yes.
if you want to do more, you could do finishes, some extra finishes, or you could put, I don't know, benches.
What I'm saying is this,
Want to open that can of worms
I
after
don't.
everything we've gone through?
Well, the thing is,
And we just cut it all like that.
I mean, come on.
It was a million, then got it down to 5.
We're good.
No more talking.
yes, I know, but with
Put the
alternates.
shuffle in the ground.
Is something you think is missing?
No, just look, whenever I send out a bid, I said, this is the minimum requirements for $500,000. If you want to come up and really choose to bid, you have to make extra.
Well,
provide
then
something
you won't
extra.
get it because it won't be the lowest bid. Because they choose it up. Anyway, so recreation also went with one,
The
right?
same one
Which
as Public Works did.
Yeah, so that is the one on the left?
Yes, the one on the left. It's the top left and the bottom left.
Yeah, so that's kind of the basic. And then if you scroll up a little bit, you can see what the inside looks like. So we've got, which is, I like the way they put the bathrooms kind of on the end and on the side,
So
so
there's 3 bathrooms.
you can access.
Men's, women's, and family
and then
bathroom.
ADA. Yeah, and a bottle filler.
Yes. That
So
was a
are
request for
we
recreation.
all good with this? We can get the bids out? Let's go.
Yes.
All right,
And the walking path is what I'm most excited about.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we have to do this first, right,
Yeah.
before we can do the walking path.
So we're not bidding all that was in the phase 1 improvement projects numbers?
We're bidding the pavilion and we're bidding the
The
utilities.
And how about the lighting? And-
Yeah, but right after it's gonna go
Okay,
bid. This-
we're good.
That's gonna come first,
Yeah,
because we
but-
want to get the utilities done before we start.
and we did talk about the phasing,
Yeah,
so I think everybody,
and I think this is the most needed.
Mhm.
So let's get this done and show people that we actually can accomplish something. Takes a while, when the wheels turn slowly, but we're getting there. So thank you, everyone, for all your input on this. Okay, moving on to the bounce back wall for lacrosse. And that's why you're here.
That's why I'm here, yes.
Oh, good. So I can talk about it.
Yeah, and we have those pictures too, I think, don't we?
That looks great.
Yes, probably.
Maybe you can share those,
I'll get up there.
Just a couple pages down.
yeah. kind of keep
Yeah,
going.
that's these emails and then it's.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like.
Which one do you want to?
We can start right there.
Right here, okay.
So
Let me share.
First off, my name is Nick Hemans. I live at 29 Old Army here in Bernardsville. Teacher at the high school, coach at the high school, and coach at the youth level. And I'm on the Somerset Hills board, lacrosse board. And coach Somerset Hills as I have 2 young boys. So I grew up playing lacrosse. I grew up in upstate New York, outside of Syracuse, and every coach under the sun, every player says, hit the ball, hit the ball, hit the ball. It's like, you know, it's the equivalent of having a batting cage for baseball or a driving range for golf. It's just that repetition that the kids need. There is no thing up at Polo Grounds Middle School, however you want to call it, for that. The one that I'm modeling it after is kind of a combo between the one in Randolph. One in Randolph, Freedom Park, doesn't have a fencing around it. That Freedom Park is pretty big, and it's not a factor. So, but the idea is to kind of mesh the two of the Randolph and the Long Valley would be to fence that in. So how it would work is basically, it would, the location that was approved from Public Works and Capital Projects, along with Bob Markowitz, was to put it just to the adjacent, just to the left of the existing gazebo.
There's additional plants there.
Yeah. And so from there, you'd be able to hit it from both sides of it. So it'd come out perpendicular right up against the fence. So we'd have to put in 3 sections of fence that Somerset Hills lacrosse would pay for. And then I have 2 companies, two lacrosse dads, former dad, Chris Trevas, who owns an excavation company, who's willing to do the digging. And then another, Danny Dominguez, who owns a major concrete company, where he said that this is nothing for him to do. He's right now doing a parking garage at Princeton University. We can get this done, you know, in no time. So my idea, you know, is there's no cost to the town. There's no, everything would be the 2 volunteers, and then obviously Somerset Hills would pick up for the fencing, and then Danny would do the curbing as well to balance it out and level it out. The fencing wouldn't be any kind of an issue. Again, when I was there for the size with, like I said, with Public Works and Capital Projects, we were out there with tape measures, and they approved it and thought it was a great idea. We can go from there.
The fencing will also match what's there, correct?
Exactly.
What's
Yeah.
at the tennis courts?
Yeah, so
Jack, is there any issue with like volunteers doing work? How do we?
We only
handle
have to
that?
accept it by resolution.
Okay.
They need to provide insurance and hold harmless agreements.
Okay,
But he doesn't have to set a bidding issue or
No.
not if
It's all-
volunteer.
You just have to accept the donation of this, like, the insurance and.
So can we
Do that for the next
pay
meeting.
for the insurance from the town if it's,
Yeah, but they have to have insurance to do the work,
so as long as the contractors are privately insured?
Yes.
right,
That's what we need, it was a contract.
right. So that, yeah, and I'm sure if they've got a big
I'm
company,
sure they
they've got
have-
insurance, yeah,
So we just have to have us add it as
They have to
additional
do the
insurance, and
whole-
then we need the whole harmless,
yeah.
which they have to do if we were paying for it.
So when did you want to do this?
I mean, ideally it would be this spring.
Okay, so we have
It's not gonna
time,
happen now.
yeah,
With the
you know, but then I'm
glare,
just,
et cetera.
if we have to do a resolution, that gives us time to do
So I
that.
mean, ideally this spring, but really anytime would be fantastic.
Jack, can you drop a resolution for us?
Yeah, if you could just get me the details, the people, the companies, and what exactly they're gonna do, sure.
Yeah, and then we can do the resolution.
And
Thank
from
you.
there-
Sounds great, thank
From
you.
there, I do the permitting or like to the town? Or is that something that?
Do we have to
they
get permitted?
They have to,
Yeah,
Yeah, I would go to the construction.
okay, would they have to apply for the? Or is that through Somerset Hills that would apply for the permits?
Or with each contract.
Yeah, so is it possible, so if I'm an individual doing work in my house, I can do individual plans, which are
Right.
sketched. Is that applicable here?
No,
Okay.
sorry.
I'm trying to make this as easy as we can. Sure.
Okay,
But yeah, check the construction.
If we needed to donate,
We believe.
the borough professional to help with planning, is that possible?
Sure. Yeah, it's going on, it's gonna become borough property. once it's-
So I'd like to suggest that we offer our borough engineer to help if necessary.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one we just hired.
Yeah,
Yep.
but he's not, he won't be here till January. Well,
The first order of business.
we got the spring.
Thank you for finding the volunteers to donate.
yeah, it was, Chris did stuff at the high school for us, which was great. And he's a wonderful, and Danny, obviously as well, he's, excited. The kids are excited. Ones that I mentioned it to, all the coaches are excited. Even the high school kids are excited about it. So, great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Not
you.
gonna do a baseball team throw the balls against,
Thank
all right?
you.
I'm kidding.
There's plenty of space out there for
I'm kidding.
them. Well, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I grew up in Baldwin, so it's tough.
Oh, yeah, you're a beat?
I'm V.
I'm an Auburn Maroon.
There you go.
Next item of business is this, my appointment of Mark Walden to, replace, he's actually replacing, Graham McMillan, who was the environmental representative to the planning board. And I'm so excited that he took it because that's a hard position to fill. And also, I think Mary Kellogg will be retiring the end of the year, and, we've had a few people who have shown interest, so hopefully by January, because we got a lot to do. And then we have to start thinking about this month appointments for next year, so if you know people, or I don't know if anybody's let you know but we start asking them if they want to be reappointed.
Not yet, and I will be sending out a list of people whose terms expire.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Anthony always does that for us. Correspondence, I don't think we've had any. Yeah, any unfinished business?
I was gonna say the pavilion, but I'm not.
No, it's not unfinished.
Next year's schedule for council meeting, could we say when the reorg meeting is gonna be?
We did not.
We're going to do that, yeah.
We did not set a date for the reorg.
Well, the
Are you
New
away?
Year's Day is the first, so the second would be ideal,
It's kind of quick, isn't it?
or the third, I don't care, but I just kind of wanna know which one it is, so I can make plans.
Ah. Yeah, you have to be here. Let's see, so. I don't know, who else meets on Wednesday? Does somebody else meet
It
on
was the
Wednesday?
third last year.
Was it the third Wednesday? But that was a Tuesday,
Yeah.
was it? There's no other meetings there on Wednesdays, are there?
Why can we do it on the second?
I don't know, I mean, I'm okay with the second, I just didn't know if it was too soon, if anyone was gonna be away, or,
Oh,
it's a little kind of a long weekend, but no, you're all here?
That Martin Luther King weekend?
no, that's gonna
That's the
be
next
the
Second.
For the 15th.
15th is the Monday.
Maybe
So,
plan the second, but sort of check schedules and see. We have to approve it.
wait, so are we gonna start doing the second Tuesdays and then the thirds on the meeting? I thought we were doing the third and the fourth.
Well, typically the reorg meeting is just, that's it,
Yeah, I think we were talking
we
about.
don't do
Yeah.
other stuff.
Well, at the reorg, we approved the
Okay.
calendar for the year.
Yeah.
And I don't know, did we ever finish that discussion?
No,
Everybody's gonna check their schedules to see, what they thought about this third and fourth, I believe was what we.
We were looking at the
Yeah,
third
sorry,
and
that's what
fourth.
I was talking about, not the actual reorg meeting,
Oh.
sorry.
We're talking about the third and fourth Mondays. Instead of the second
Because
and the
the
fourth.
third would be in there.
Right.
And Board of Adjustment would be here.
Yeah,
And the fourth would be.
except that the 15th is Martin Luther King Day. The first, third Tuesday, one Monday.
and why don't we, what's the argument against just keeping the schedule as it is right now? Every other
Second
week?
and fourth?
Lots of things change in between.
If we go to the work session, in 2 weeks, a lot of things pop up and we end up with 2 regular meetings. Whatever you want to say this morning.
A lot of things pop up now between Thursday and Monday.
Yeah. It's
Right.
Monday morning and Monday afternoon, yeah.
I like the idea of going to one conversation work session and one deciding session. I think we'll get more done.
For sure, I just.
A week
Well,
apart or
but
2
whether
weeks
it's
apart
one
is the
week
It's whether,
question.
it's whether the calendar is what it is right now, or we bundle them together at the end, towards the end of the month.
Fair enough. I mean, to me, it's a half dozen of the way. Adjust the calendar based on.
Why doesn't the council pick their dates and then let everybody else adjust their schedules?
Well, we were working around Board of Adjustment, right? Because they're the first and third Monday, what are they?
Yes.
Midnight.
Right.
First and third,
Why we're
so
working around that.
they would have to move to Tuesday.
They'd be-
It would be in the other room.
They'd be in
Oh,
here.
that's right, so that would work.
And it was ever used.
Yeah, okay, so then we don't have that issue with that.
I think this is mayor's prerogative.
Yeah.
Al,
Last
you were
two, last
mentioning,
2
like,
weeks
is it
of
gonna be
every
a
month?
big impact to you to move off the?
Well, the calendar actually I checked was, I thought we said the first and second, so just ignore me. Yeah, I didn't even check the right dates. It doesn't, I mean, it doesn't really matter, I just,
Check the third and fourth, see
Okay.
how that works for you. I mean, we don't have to do this yet.
okay.
And then, you know, and Anthony, I don't know how hard that is for you in terms of rolling out an agenda. I don't want to make that harder.
I can go with that.
You'd be okay with that? He says yes to everything.
He does, he does, what we talked about,
Super okay.
the
I
break
know,
between.
super, yeah,
Good.
yeah, okay. Well, because it would be a simpler agenda for the third, it would be more topical than detailed ordinances kind of thing.
And then you set the agenda at the third meeting for the fourth, so he does have his work at the meeting.
That's true, yeah. Okay, so let's go with that for now, but
And
let's,
always change your mind later.
yes, let's do the second for the reorg.
Second for the reorg and the third and fourth,
Yeah,
Mondays, and I will give you a calendar, or a draft,
just,
meeting.
check with, Jeff Ruth as well. I don't, is he on?
Yes,
Jeff, can you just unmute and let us know if the second you're gonna be here?
Yes, I should be. This is what's the date again? Sorry,
It's a Tuesday,
January
January
2nd.
second.
January 2nd. Yeah, I should be here.
Okay, because that's when you have to get sworn in, so.
I can't wait.
All right, good, all right, thank you.
Of course, thanks.
Okay, so any new business?
I have some new business.
Yes.
So, I was having a discussion with Nancy about this, and I wanted to see what the council's feeling was on this. I had a hard time getting a hold of old meetings, like, we have all of the council meetings recorded, they're on YouTube. You can look them up just like that, just like the school district meetings, planning board meetings, you have to have special access or request a link. Housing meetings, any meeting that any meeting that we're doing in public, I think should be recorded, and I think should be out there for the public to see. Does anybody have any?
Actually, I noticed planning board are up there now, open,
Yeah, now they're on.
Yeah.
They're on there now.
right?
And so the Board of Adjustment.
Right, I've been asking,
They're on YouTube.
Chris, and he's been working on it, and then Jay, I guess that prompted him to get them done.
Oh, okay.
And I agree, it should be standardized.
Yeah.
So everything that's recorded, no one has an issue with everything that's recorded, should then be either on YouTube or easily findable. When Chris sent it to me, he was kind of specific about the fact, I asked for the planning board meetings. He's specific about use your borough email to watch it on YouTube, which made me think maybe they were restricted to people in the borough, or maybe he set it up for me. So if he's got them up there, that's great. I just would like to see those all available. So if anybody in the public wants to see meetings that are recorded, they have the ability to. Any concerns?
No, I think, I mean, it's public, so there should be, and I noticed that when I was looking at something from our meeting, that all the planning board meetings are now up there,
Cool,
yeah.
great, thank you.
Thanks, Jane. Yeah, thanks for bringing it up. Okay, anything else? We have another open session. If anyone would like to comment on anything. No, seeing none, I will close the public session. Cool.
And Aaron's out.
Oh, Aaron, okay, I didn't see that. All right, Aaron.
Thank you very much. Yeah, sorry, I was a little late getting my hand up. Sorry, Aaron Duff, 51 Crestview Drive. Just following up on Mr. Ambulang's, Councilman Ambulang's statement. I forget exactly where it came down or where it was reported in the news with these the new format, the work meetings. Are those going to be recorded and available on YouTube?
Will be taped. I
They
think, right?
said that,
It's not.
I don't think we were gonna do either. Were we gonna take them? Recording?
We
I
used
thought
to
they were
do
gonna be
that.
recorded.
Yeah,
They
I thought we said we
were the
recorded.
owl, I just thought that they were gonna be
I
recorded
think, right, I think they're gonna be recorded.
and YouTube.
And, I don't, we didn't talk about YouTube, but we could put them on our website if they're just recording. I think the reason the other ones are on YouTube is because Chris said it takes up too much room to put a link to an entire meeting, but if it's just recording, it's probably easier to just add to an agenda. Yeah, you know, where you have the minutes and the agenda, you can just put the recording of the, work session. And then for the regular meetings, it'd be linked to YouTube, just like business.
so it would be an audio recording,
Yeah,
not video.
yeah, there's really not the ability to do video.
And the audio recording would be available on the website or just available to the public.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be live, but it'll be available after the fact.
Yeah,
I understand. Thank you.
all right, thank you.
But people can also come and sit in the room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're open to the public, yeah. And there's always, there has to be public, opportunity for public comment at every meeting.
Okay. Do I have a motion for executive? Oh, well, closing the public session. All right, we're good. Motion for executive.
I will make a motion to move to executive.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Okay,
Thanks for coming.
yes. At least you get home early tonight.
We're not coming back out.
No, we are not.
Okay.
So we're done.
So I will need
Hmm?
You said the meeting's are on your own, see them on your planning board?
I
Planning
feel
board
that
and Board of
like-
Adjustments,
Thursday
both
night.
on.
Scrolling across, I saw, matter, I had a hard time finding the.
They're on YouTube.
Because there was.
I don't know if they're on the web.